Hey, what's up, Global Village? Okay, just a quick video here where I want to put a bow on a couple of previous videos I made, just clean up some loose ends. And to help me, I'm just going to play a very short piece of this video clip.
Hi folks, I am the Shameless Berg. I hope you're doing well today.
כל הגויים שאתה רואה שיש בעולם המיליארדים האלה, הם הכל רק בשביל שהיהודים יהיה להם איזה תועלת.
So today I wanted to cover the topic of what it was that first turned me against Jews to begin with.
Right, so he used some phrasing there that I would never use. Specifically, my issue is with Israel and Zionism. I would never say that I have a problem with the Jews, and I don't believe this guy has a problem with the Jews either. It was just a sloppy turn of phrase, but I think quite reckless. And I would point out that there are a number of high-profile Jews that we could look to, such as Elon Pape, Norman Finkelstein. We've got Aaron Maté and Max Blumenthal, who wrote a fantastic book called Goliath, which I recommend everyone check out. We've got Lee Camp, who uses comedy to really stick the boot in on the Israeli state, and Katie Halper. So we've got all these Jewish people who are doing really good work in combating and fighting back against what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people and the genocide in Gaza. And you don't want to throw them under the bus by including them when you're making the kind of video that he's making here. But just related to that is a video that I created a couple of days ago where I was talking about Sam Harris. Now, I don't know why, but that video got quite a few views, and some of the comments were a little bit on the toxic side, but what are you going to do? This is YouTube. But I just want to clarify the point I was trying to make in that video, because I was putting forth the hypothesis that Sam Harris is an Islamophobe, and I thought it was a perfect kind of irony to use a video he created where he was arguing that the term Islamophobia should not be in the English lexicon. Now, the core of my argument can be summarized very simply and succinctly, and it is this: that there are legitimate and valid use cases for the term Islamophobia, and this can be easily demonstrated because you can find Islamophobes all over the place. They are on YouTube, they're in the comments section, they're in TikTok, they are on Twitter. It's easy to find actual Islamophobes out in the wild. Therefore, the fact that I can use the phrase and call them Islamophobes is very helpful, because otherwise I would have to use more generic terms to do so. So there's nothing wrong with that term. And with the point with Sam is, why exactly did he feel it was necessary to spend 2 hours trying to gaslight everyone into thinking that that term shouldn't exist? And pretty much the entirety of his argument really boils down to the fact that this term can be abused and is abused, and I certainly wouldn't argue that point, but that in itself is not a justification for removing that word because of the fact that it does have valid use cases. And I would further point out that if Sam Harris was to be morally consistent in his argument here, he would also have to say that the term anti-Semitism should be scrubbed from the English language. And the reason being that if you, for example, try to argue that Israel is committing a genocide, you're more than likely to be labelled an anti-Semite. Now, this is very clearly an abuse of the term, because they are conflating or replacing anti-Zionism and treating it as if it is anti-Semitism. And they are two very different and distinct things. But you won't find Sam Harris making a video trying to argue that point. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that video. There was another video I just uploaded about Candice Owens, where she is being sued by Emmanuel Macron for constantly trying to allege that his wife is in fact a man. And believe me, she is actually a woman. However, at the end of that video, I played a comment and I misinterpreted what that comment meant, because when they used the pronoun he, I assumed it to mean they were referring to Emmanuel Macron, and then I realised straight away afterwards that they were, of course, referring to his wife. It's just hard to keep up with the brain rot sometimes. But the point I want to make here is, it is just a statement of fact that Emmanuel Macron's wife actually had a daughter before she met and married him. So obviously then you have to ask the question, how is it that what they believe to be a transgender woman was able to biologically birth a daughter? I will let you work that one out for yourself, but I know what I think that means in terms of the argument they're trying to put forth. All right, Bendy out.